Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Quality Carriers Quick Chat. We are so happy you had the chance to join us. Our quick chat sessions are times for us to sit and talk with QC leadership, employees, and drivers to get a little insight into what they think about what's going on in the industry and their experience at Quality Carriers. We are back in 2024 and we're better than ever. We have a new set. We have a new schedule of guests that we're really excited to share with you. So, without further ado, we'll get started. So, I'm going to ask our first guest to introduce himself, your role that you have with the company, how long you've been with Quality Carriers, and how long you've been in the transportation industry.
Okay. My name is Dan McNamee, and I'm the manager of extended services. I've been with Quality just finishing up 2 years, so I'm in my third year. And I've been in trucking. This is my 32nd year in trucking.
Wow. Wow. Well, welcome to Quality Carriers. You're
Thank
just
you.
coming out on the outside, the downside of your honeymoon stage. So
Correct.
we appreciate you for sticking with us. And so, like we've done in years and conversations past, we're going to ask Dan our icebreaker. This year, we've changed the icebreaker just a little bit to keep it fresh and new. So, this year, Dan, our icebreaker question is going to be if you were an owner operator, what would be the name of your truck and what would be the theme of it? How would you decorate your truck?
Well, having been in the military, I guess it would kind of be a patriotic military theme, maybe. And I think I would call my truck Dragon.
Oh, I like that name, Dragon. Awesome. Well, we're going to get right into the questions and we're going to dive right into our quick chat with Dan. As many of you may already know, one of the things we really like to do with our quick chat is poll our audience and ask our audience, what do you want to hear from our guest speaker? And so we polled the audience, and our number one question that we're going to ask Dan is, what support does extended services provide to drivers?
Well, after hours, we provide pretty much support on anything and everything that happens, with the exception of the things that SkyTank deals with. So accidents, injuries, spills, product issues. So we get involved in anything that might happen after hours.
Okay. So, what are some of the changes or improvements that you've seen since you've joined Quality Carriers?
When I interviewed for a position, it was clear that they wanted to go a little bit of a different direction and focus on the driver experience, with that goal being of doing everything that we can in extended to help the drivers be able to keep moving, keep earning. And it also relates to the customer experience. The same thing is be able to solve issues and problems that the customers might have, and also support our terminals. So we've become a lot more operationally focused for that reason.
I'm glad you mentioned driver experience because it has been a huge focal point for us as an organization, as a department, to really make sure we're giving drivers the best experience, right? And so
Absolutely.
I know when you joined the department, there was a little bit of work that needed to be done. But since you've joined, I have even heard some of the positive feedback from drivers on the improvement that's been made to the extended services department. So we thank you for coming in and
Thank you.
championing that driver experience.
It's definitely very important to me and to everybody on the team. I think the folks that we have really appreciate drivers and understand the challenges they have, and so we just want to do anything we can to help support them.
Okay, perfect. Well, moving on to the next question. What are some of your goals for the department? We've talked about how you guys have changed the department. You're continuously working to improve the department. What are some of your goals?
I think the primary goal is for me is to enable everybody in the team to be able to support our drivers regardless of what the issue is. We have broken down into literally 50 categories of issues that might be, we're contacted about. And so, there's a lot of learning that has to happen in order for every member of the team to be able to handle every sort of call.
Yeah. Awesome. And so you mentioned some of those issues that your team resolves. Can you give us what are the top three most popular
Sure.
reasons that drivers call into extended
Okay, sure.
services?
And these are in no particular order, but first one would be dispatch related questions or issues. They might be just confirming some information about their dispatch, or there might be an issue or something they need assistance with. The second one would be really related to trailer issues, whether it's trying to find the trailer or what trailer they're assigned, or maybe there's a tank wash issue. So we get a lot of calls about the trailers. And then the last one really is the drivers providing update or a notification about their load that we have to communicate to customers and also internally to the terminals and our corporate departments.
Okay, so we pride ourselves on being a 24/7, 365 organization, but it's really your team that's there for the drivers to make that happen, right? You guys are there to
Absolutely.
support them 365, 24/7, help respond to some of the issues that they're having and just be their support system, right? When they're out on the road and maybe their terminal's closed, they always have your reliable team to fall back on and help get the assistance they need.
Sure. No, we're always there, and I think to a person, we all really enjoy, being there for the drivers, communicating with them, getting to know them, and being able to help them. Most
Our
importantly,
unsung heroes, right? All right. And our final question for you, Dan, is what are some of the processes that are in place to ensure the driver's needs are met after hours, right? We can only be there from a corporate standpoint
right?
between select hours, right? But you guys provide that after hours support. So, what are some of your processes that are in place to make sure the driver's needs are really met outside of those hours?
Well, first, every contact we have, and I say contact, most of them are calls, but they can reach us, by email or through Isaac. So we document that contact in a ticket system, and then we share that information with our internal customers, the terminals and corporate, and our external customers as appropriate. But the first thing about that is that way we have that information documented. We document how we addressed it, and we do have policies and procedures for every type of call we get. Now those are evolving as we go. We're always learning. So that process is important so that we can effectively solve issues.
Right. Well, we thank you for joining us. And I've been your host, Ara Kerr, Vice President of Driver Services and Marketing. We thank you, Dan, again for joining us and providing so much insight into what your team does. And we look forward to you guys continuing to add to the driver experience. And thank you to our audience for joining us. And stay tuned for the next Quick Chat. Have a great day.